Y'all, Southern funerals are to die for. All that connecting and hanging out for hours and hours, sharing memories, and all that great Southern comfort food. There is a great book called Being Dead is No Excuse. The Guide to Hosting the Perfect Southern Funeral. I gotta tell you, my favorite recipes are the healing grits and the cooked-to-death casseroles, the melted pot roast, and the like-to-die potato salad. That's good, too. Well, I think good, soulful food and good, soulful stories, that's really the key to healing grief. And Southern funerals are also a fine place for coming out. So about 11 years ago, my mother died, and it was really hard. We'd had a very difficult relationship. I'd had a partner for a couple of years, Marie, and she had refused to meet her. So when Marie went with me to the funeral down in Mississippi, it was the first time she'd met my family. Imagine that. So we walk into my childhood home down in Mississippi. And before I can say anything, my older sister jumps up. There are all these little old ladies, church ladies, standing around. And my sister says, this is Marie. She's our family friend. No, Marie is my partner, not a family friend. It's awkward and silent. And then at the perfect moment, Mama's sorority sister, Charlotte, walks in. Lisbeth, darling, I hear you brought your partner. I bet you don't mean business partner, do you? Oh, hi, Charlotte. No, Marie is my life partner. Well, nice to meet you, Marie. She looks her over from head to toe. And I'm so glad you don't wear those big old mannish shoes. Well, I love Charlotte. I've known her my whole life, and I loved her because she was the opposite of Mama. Charlotte was extroverted and fun, outrageous, really. She was curious, bordering on nosy, whereas my mother was very proper, quiet, and reserved. And she's so friendly. They were sorority sisters together at Ole Miss. They were Tri-Deltas. That's Delta, 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 can I help you, help you, help you? Class of 46. Had older parents. And she's just so comforting. She hugs me and says, darling, it's so hard losing your mother. You never get over it, and she was my best friend. But I want you and Marie to come visit me. Y'all come down to the Mississippi Delta and we'll have a house party for Easter. So, sure enough, 3 months later, we go down to Indianola, Mississippi, and we go to Charlotte's house, this lovely colonial home. She takes us upstairs to the guest room. She opens her walk-in closet and says, y'all, these are my collection of evening gowns. When my awful, mean, alcoholic husband, Jerry, dropped dead in the backyard, I decided it was time to really live, and I did. I've had fine Southern gentlemen boyfriends all over the South. And see that turquoise one? Matches my eyes. People used to tell me I look like Vivian Lee. Well, I want to be buried in that one because it props my bosoms up and makes me look sexy. And I want to be sexy even when I'm dead. And Charlotte is so friendly to Marie. She says, darling, I hope you do the cooking and cleaning in the house because Lisbeth doesn't have a domestic bone in her body, bless her heart. Her mama couldn't cook and her grandmama couldn't cook. No, but Elizabeth has other talents, and she likes the stage, Charlotte. So Marie goes to bed early, and Charlotte and I stay up really late talking and sharing memories, and she says, well, darling, did your mama know that that I'm a lesbian, Charlotte? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I came out to Mom and Daddy years ago. Well, what'd they think? well, they weren't too pleased, and Daddy had died years ago, and, I hadn't been with Marie, but Mama refused to meet Marie, and it was really hard. My whole family rejected me. Oh, well, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, your Mama was real religious. When we'd have our class reunions, the girls and I, we'd go down to Florida, get away from our husbands, and your Mama would bring the Bible, and our friend Annelle would bring the bourbon. And we call those trips our B&B trips. But I'm sorry she wouldn't meet Marie. She is such a sweet girl. I mean, who wouldn't love her? Yeah, I know. Well, your Mom stopped talking about you, darling, about 8 years ago, and we thought that was the strangest thing, 'cause your Mama always talked about you. I mean, you were a baby girl, and we just thought you had cancer or something. Well, how did you find out that I was a lesbian? Well, our friend Liz, she's our gossip detective, honey. She can find anything out. And she told us Cooper's daughter is a lesbian. Well, what'd you think, Charlotte? Well, I have to be honest with you, honey. I mean, I was shocked because you're a pretty girl and you always had lots of boyfriends. But, secretly, I was thrilled because I've never known any real live lesbians. Then the questions come, her curious, bordering on nosy side comes out. But listen, I just love Marie. She's darling, and I got to ask you though, you are definitely more feminine than Marie, so how does it work, honey? Is Marie the man? What y'all do? I am tickled and horrified. But I quickly recover. Well, Charlotte, you know that Southern ladies don't talk about what goes on behind closed doors. Some things are private, but just use your imagination. Ooh, I sure will. Lord have mercy, as I'm lying in bed tonight, I'll be thinking, what do lesbians do? Well, we visited Charlotte many times over the next 10 years, and we got really close to her. And the last time we visited her was a couple of years ago. She was frail, she'd had a stroke, and she was telling us goodbye. She walked us to the car, and she said, I'm just so glad y'all came, and I'm glad you got married. Thanks for showing me your wedding pictures, and I know you got married in San Francisco, and honey, I don't understand it, and I don't think it's biblical, but I got to tell you, I love you girls like you're my own daughters, and you're welcome to come here anytime. And I say, Charlotte, thank you so much. We love you too, and thank you so much for asking all those outrageous questions that Mama never could. And as we're driving away, I say to Marie, I'm so grateful for Charlotte because she's beginning to heal this mother load of rejection I've been carrying for so long. Sadly, last year, my dear Charlotte died peacefully in her sleep. I was devastated. I was just about to perform my first one-woman show, and somehow I got through it. And after the show, there was this nice gentleman who came up to me. He was a gay Southern psychic from Alabama. Gotta love that. And he came up to me and he said, Miss Elizabeth, I really, really enjoyed your show. And I just have a question for you. Are you into the spirit world? Oh my God, I live in Tacoma Park. I am high woo-woo. Yes, I'm into the spirit world. Well, I have the psychic ability, and I want to tell you there were some ancestors with you on the stage. It was your mother and your grandmother and another older lady who loved you like her own, and she said she was so proud of you. And I know Charlotte was with me that night, and who knows, maybe she's here today.